in the 19th century and previously, we know that travelling sort of tinkers used to come over from the continent and sort of sell their wares. So this is about just one of those people. I was a-travelling in the North Country, and me Kirby Stephen I hadn't thought to be. As I was a-walking up and down the street, a pretty little buyer from I hadn't thought to meet. She was right, I was tight, everybody has their way. It was delicious by a broom led me astray. Kindly she invited me to go along the way. Yes, was the answer to her that I did say. There was me with me music walking down the street, and her with a tambourine was beating hand and feet. She was right, I was tight, everybody has their way. It was the Lisham by a broom led me astray. Straightway for Kendal we steered, her and I, over the White Mountain, the weather being dry. We each had a bottle filled up to the top. Whenever we were feeling dry, we took a little drop. She was right, I was tight, everybody has their way. It was the Lisham by a broom led me astray. Night coming on with good lodgings we did find, eatables of all sorts and plenty of good wine. Good bed and blankets just for we two, and our older and me altered poison, wouldn't you do too? She was right, I was tight, everybody has their way. It was the Lisham by a broom led me astray. Early the next morning we rose to go away, and went into the landlord to see what was to pay. 14 and 6pence just for we two, and a fiver on the table. Oh, me darling, then she threw. She was right, I was tight, everybody has their way. It was the Lisham by a broom led me astray. Reason that we parted, you are now to hear. She set out for Germany so early the next year, and me not being willing to cross the raging sea. Here's a helping to me by a broom wherever she may be. She was right, I was tight, everybody has their way. It was the Lisham by a broom led me astray. She was right, I was tight, everybody has their way. It was the Lisham by a broom led me astray. Thank you. Your job is to try and be a little bit sort of raucous, but I've invited the more civilised people. This is a nice neighbourhood, you know. I mean, you know, all of you here know this, but anybody who is watching it online, I'll just explain about the neighbourhood. When it ices about the front, everybody else goes and puts salt out. Not in this neighbourhood. We go and put out black pepper and grated parmesan. That's the type of people we are here. But one of the hazards of being in a middle-class neighbourhood is that you brush up against sort of reminders that it's not all like this. And this is about a true incident that happened 2 or 3 months ago. And you will all recognise it. It'll all be something that it's happened to you. And it's something entirely trivial, but it did start me thinking. And this wasn't intended to be an album launch, but the album arrived a couple of weeks before I expected it, and this is the first track on my new album, and you can take a copy with my compliments as you leave. But anyway.
Goodie bag.
Someone has been fishing in our dustbins overnight. They must be disappointed, it's not a pretty sight. There's rubbish in the alley, the neighbours not too pleased. But we are warm in our houses while the poor are out to freeze. Dinner party chatter gets us off the hook. Passing them in doorways, we don't know where to look. But someone's missing children, someone's kith and kin are sleeping in the alley and going through it. Well, me, I have been ruthless as a boy and as a man. First time with a suitcase, last time with a van. It's not a way of living that I'm hungry to repeat. Though the wheel spun in my favour and I landed on my feet. Now my woes are minor, cold callers on the phone. Kitchen tap is dripping, the garden overgrown. Nothing too horrific, not too far to fall, but that alley with the dustbins is just beyond the wall. Someone has been living on the things we threw away. Where they took them off to is difficult to say. But someone's missing children, someone's kith and kin are sleeping in the alley and going through it. One of the things we like to do is watch detective drama, and I think we're about in the 5th episode of series 1 of The Killing, when I started to think, actually, it's always the same plot, whether it's Rebus, whether it's The Killing, whether it's Morse. And the central character in these things is not really the person that's passed away, and it's not the perpetrator. And there is only one plot. So I thought, well, I was initially going to write to the TV companies, sort of like a Tyne waste letter suggesting an outline for a detective program, and I thought, no, I'll just write a song about it. Much better. I'm the detective, my task will never cease. How else can the victim ever rest in peace? With the world in chaos and the killer on the run, I am the detective, my work is never done. If you get to know me, it happens every time. You become the victim or the author of a crime. I have the gift of tragedy, guess it is my curse. Think of me as Midas, only in reverse. Don't get too close to me, there's a hole where my heart should be. Taking only liberties, leaving nothing but debris. My bosses always tell me I'm on borrowed time. They would love to sack me, but I always crack the crime. always playing fast and loose, hitting low and wide, and they need a renegade to reach the seamy side. My own life is in free fall, the job is all I know. I hang out with the dispossessed, the lowest of the low. Everyone has history, I have more than my share. Don't pretend you know me, don't pretend you care. The things nobody wants to see always take their toll on me, taking only liberties, leaving nothing but debris. And I can't stop now, this is what I do, but the price I've paid, if you only knew. I am the detective, my task will never cease. How else can the victim ever rest in peace? With the world in chaos and the killer on the run, I am the detective.